Hey guys, welcome to my channel. In an hour and 20 minutes, I'm throwing a party for local Bay Area creators. Some people are starting on YouTube, some people are starting on Instagram, and we're gonna connect all together and talk about the realities of being a creator, about hard things and great things. I think this is like the second party I'm throwing. I'm not really a sociable person. I love talking to you through the camera, but when it comes to like actually organizing something, I'm like, oh, what I need to do? How do I invite people? Would they even come? This is me stepping out of my comfort zone because I want to connect with local people. Among people that are gonna come, we're gonna have some influencers that are not from the US and some influencers that are from the US. So for non-native speakers, I'm gonna ask them if accent is a bad or good thing. For them, does it help or does it not? For Americans, I would also ask them how they react to people who have an accent. So if you're interested, continue watching. By the way guys, this video is brought to you by our partner Greystone College in Canada. This is one of our favorite institutions in Canada because if you're thinking, oh, I want to study some subjects in English, this is a college that you should think of because they do amazing programs on business, hospitality management, like whatever you want. But in addition to studying, you also work. These programs are called co-op programs, which means that you study for 48 weeks, then you work and you get paid work experience for 48 weeks, and then you have 2 weeks to submit your project and graduate. These programs cost around 20,000 Canadian dollars. There is also accommodation fee. But I think they're really good if you are looking to enhance your professional skills, learn some language, get some work experience in Canada, and pursue a better career once you graduate. So for these programs, we currently work with students from European countries, South American countries like Brazil, Argentina, and Chile, and we can take some Asian students from Japan, South Korea, and China. So if you're from those countries, the link to consultation is below. Unfortunately, for other countries, we're not able to provide a free consultation because you have very high risks of getting a visa refusal. But if you already have a Canadian visa, we'll be happy to help you. Again, the link is below and our managers will be happy to tell you which program is the best for you. Greystone College, remember. This is what my living room looks like. Dima, hi.
Hello guys.
Dima's working. If you don't know guys, I've received a scholarship from YouTube, which is like $50,000, and they want me to invest it in creating more educational content for you. The scholarship is for linguamarina channel, so thank you so much for watching. This is a huge accomplishment, and I'm also proud that I'm taking part in YouTube's further development. So this is my current studio. The camera is normally here. I'm sitting there and talking about like education, English, etc. More videos coming soon, so stay tuned. And again, thank you so much for following this channel. Thank you for subscribing. I'm really happy to receive that scholarship. By the way, this is my new wall. linguamarina 1 million. LinguaTrip TV, this is our Russian channel. linguamarina 100,000. This is my Russian channel, 100,000. This is Silicon Valley Girl, one of my new channels. If you're not yet subscribed, I talk about business there. Yeah, my wall of fame. I'm also preparing some food for my guests. You don't normally like feed people when they come to mingle at your place, but I've prepared some fruit and snacks, and now we're gonna take them downstairs. Ready?
Steady, go.
This is professional party maker Marina. Just put a sheet.
I like it.
My presentation. A lot of Marinas in the room.
Here's meetup.
Hello.
Marina is here filming. Hi.
Guess what I do for a living? No, I actually run a company, but question.
Yes.
Has anybody ever told you on YouTube that they don't like your accent?
Yep. They have actually. A couple of people have said that they liked my accent, and a couple of people said that I'm like not clear, and it's very clear that I'm from Eastern Europe and they don't understand it and they don't like it. They're haters for everything all the time.
Are they Americans or?
They were Russian actually.
What? Are you serious, guys? Like, I keep telling that on my Russian channel, I get so much hate, but I don't get that on my English channel. And then they come to your English-speaking channel. No.
The ones I remember were Russian. I'm sure there were some non-Russian people, non-Russian speakers that also told me that my accent was bad, but the Russians one are the ones that stick out.
In my case, like Silicon Valley Girl, I did a video about robots, but I pronounced robots. Like in Russian would say robot. No, I just didn't care, so I pronounced that way. Like every second comment, Marina, who's that Robert? Because it sounded like Robert to Americans. They were like, oh, Robert, oh, I'm gonna pronounce robots in a different way. Ha 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 ha. But this is actually helpful for me as a non-native speaker, because they were like, robots, this is the right way to pronounce it. Now I don't make any mistakes. So yeah.
Yeah, speaking of people not telling you that in a real life, so my friend Alexa that's coming today, she got a comment on her video of a day in the life being like, oh yeah, of course, like day in the life doesn't look like that. And then she responded to that comment being like, oh haha, yeah, of course, like we were trying to show the fun parts. And then the person responded being like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I had no idea that you would ever read this or see this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and she was like, what is this person actually thinking?
Yeah.
Like, do they think that it just goes into this black void of no one ever seeing their comment? It's interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Internet is an interesting place.
But yeah, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Say hi to yourself in my next vlog. Hey.
Best
Hey. She's like, what?
I saw my first video like 2 days ago, and then
I'm not
I told her, I was like, thank you, because like
3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, welcome. Yeah, I'm doing like a short presentation on how to get views on YouTube.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Is there some kind of different relation to people who have accents, or you just don't care about it?
It's hard to talk to them sometimes.
Yeah.
To say.
For example, me.
I like how I say them, like
Definitely.
they're other people, like they're
100%.
aliens or something. My boyfriend's parents have accents, and so I miss a lot of the jokes. And for a long time, I think my boyfriend's dad thought that I didn't get the joke, but I didn't get what he was saying. So that was a rough one.
Lola, you're a regular now on my vlog.
Yeah, she's like a scrappy regular.
Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dimitri, for showcasing us.
Beautiful accent.
The early stage is probably way farther than
How
mine.
his accent? Do you understand what he's
His accent?
I'm sorry.
Or my accent?
No, Dimitri's accent.
I actually didn't consciously even realize he had an accent. Now that you mentioned it, I'm like, oh yeah, you had an accent. That just never crossed my mind.
When you talk to people who have accents, what do you think?
Well, that's a good question. So I think number one, if it's hard to understand, then my brain goes into like cognitive overload, and then it's like I can't not pay attention to it because I'm trying to figure out what they're saying. But if they're saying something that I totally just understand, I think the reaction that I get is like, oh, this person is probably with like a way different background than me, and so I feel like there's like much more to learn from them, because I'm like, oh, you must have like a very interesting perspective on different things. So like if you're trying to learn something and then someone tells you about this new concept that you've never heard of and it's so far out there, you're like, that sounds like a really green pasture of like a lot of stuff I can learn. I want to know what that is, and I kind of feel like that with accents a little bit.
So you want to learn. Okay, would you say you would be able to become best friends with somebody who's foreign? And
yeah, of course, yeah. And I guess I'm from Wisconsin, which is a state in the middle of the country in the United States, where there's not as many people who are traveling from like outside of the United States, and so living here in San Francisco has definitely, I've definitely met a lot more people who have traveled from all over the world, and so I think my experience now with connecting with people has just people from like all over the world has just like expanded, and so I don't think about it as much now. I guess it's just pretty normal.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
That's
thank
very
you.
useful. Thank you.
Awesome.
I was born in California, but I grew up in Arizona.
Okay.
But my family is from India.
Okay. What is your relation to people who have accents?
I'm always curious. I try to travel a lot and meet people from different cultures and backgrounds. Kind of like, well, seeing my parents struggle makes me more empathetic to people that are coming here for the first time. So when I went to college, I was a community assistant, and I was actually part of the international floor. So a lot of my students were people in ESL classes, and so you learn how they navigate languages, especially English, but in just overall. But I'm always curious about where accents are from, not even just countries, just a Boston accent versus an Arizona accent.
I love that as well.
Versus a like New York accent, and part of it can always be funny. And I think if you add a little bit of humor to anything, then it makes it very interesting. Yeah, I'm always curious about where people are from and how they got to where they're at now, what struggles they had, and learning more about their lives.
If you guys want to hear more Russian accent, you can go to Silicon Valley World channel, my new channel. Can I do product placement?
Yes, you can.
Guys, please.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Oh, you're already doing what we talked about.
Yeah. So we're to the same
Great.
page.
Oh, that's great. Awesome. So we just talked about going live on Instagram.
Who also has.
Oh my god, this is so cool!
Oh my god, are you doing
Oh
like many?
wow! Yeah, we're like you can get other people.
They're live, everybody's live.
She was following me before she came to the party.
I'm a fan.
Thank you so much.
When I first got here in the US like 3 years ago, my English wasn't that like sharp, and then the Uber drivers, they'll be like, hey, where are you from? And I think for me, having an accent actually allowed me to open myself a little bit more to strangers, especially at school. They automatically think that you're like from somewhere else, and they're like curious about you because you're not just like one of them, like especially in the US.
And this is a great way to start a conversation. Like start telling your story. I'm from Russia. You know, came here 3 years ago. Yeah, that's a great point.
So what I was gonna say is I think that you should flex your accent. I've actually worked for companies. I think that you should try to be understood. Obviously, you should try to speak clearly, pronunciate everything clearly. But I've actually worked for companies that like to hire people with accents.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of company is that? What does it do?
Mostly hospitality.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they also know other languages, and that's
Yeah, and like we used to always have people, like if we were gonna record our voicemail, we would get someone with an accent in our company to do it.
Oh wow.
Because it's, I don't know, it's interesting, it's cool, it's different. I also live in New York though. So that might be like a more desirable thing in New York, yeah.
Do you think there is like a lack of trust in people who have accents, or you don't feel that?
No, I definitely think that, of course, there can be stereotypes based on where you're from and the type of accent, sure. But I think that maybe you don't want to engage with that individual anyway if they disregard you because of your accent.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think it's sexy. Rock with it, rock with it.
Yay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. And thank you for flowers. I am back in my kitchen. I have some stuff left over from the party, which is amazing. Which means that I have some food for tomorrow because my fridge is almost empty. Well, no, it's not empty, but I don't have a lot of food. I really enjoy the party. The thing is, I have been working for 2 consecutive weeks without any weekends because I had so much stuff to do. I had like a webinar Monday and this party, then I had a presentation Tuesday. There's so much stuff going on. So tomorrow, I'm officially starting my 3-day weekend, and I'm starting it with a shopping trip to San Francisco Premium Outlets. So I'm hoping to get something there. If you don't follow me on Instagram yet and want to see what I purchased, it's gonna be on Instagram. It's linguamarina. Make sure to follow me. Thank you so much for watching this video. What I really like about what Americans said about the accent is that it's a great conversation starter. If you have an accent, people at a party would start conversation by asking where you're from. And this is a great opportunity for you to share your story. So don't be afraid of your accent, but make sure that people understand you. The great way to develop this skill is to travel abroad, learn a language where it is spoken, like Canada, Greystone College. Thank you so much guys for watching this video up to the very end. Please like it if you enjoyed the content, and I will see you soon in my next videos. Bye.